Hello and welcome to ETBFSI. I'm in conversation with Tapan Singhal, who is the MD and CEO of Bajaj Allianz General Insurance Company. Bajaj Allianz is the second largest private insurance company in the country. I have with me Mr. Singhal. Welcome on the show.
My pleasure, Amol.
If you look at the company's growth recently across the premium collection of 10,000 crores, which is close to $2 billion, and it's a big achievement. You're already on a second largest private insurance company in the country. What next?
These achievements are fine.
Okay.
As an insurer, I think our ambitions are much bigger. If you look at the insurance industry as a whole, I always say that it's an industry where you get paid to do good.
Right.
You can make a difference to millions of lives. So a couple of our ambitions are, can we provide more employment in the country, by expanding our distribution and reach. Two, can we redefine customer service or claims to a level where the customer finds there's no hassle. Right. The idea of insurance company not paying claims or the hassle should disappear. Because insurance company bleeding you death paying claims. The combined ratio industry has reached 120%, but the customer still feels so. So how can we make that change happen? How can we move the industry from a push to pull? Is what it is. How can we devise products that are relevant to today's time? Is what we're thinking about. So for us, it's a daily passion to keep on pushing the bar on these. The rest is incidental. It keeps on happening. I think I always say business is incidental. If you have the right focus on the values and ethics of business, rest is easy.
So, but now going ahead, since the industry is changing, a lot of innovation is happening. Digital is there around the corner and people are buying insurance on mobile applications. In fact, I remember a couple of years back, you said that after 6-7 years, there will be a time where people will buy policies on Facebook. So I want to ask you specifically, has that time come?
So if you look at increase of sale on the web, it has moved up, from what it was when we spoke 5 to 6 years back. If you look at people researching on the web, it has significantly moved up. If you look at buying on the web, it has not moved to the level which it should or it can. One of the reasons for it in a country like India is because if you look at the cost of labor, is reasonably cheap compared to developed markets. So difference between a policy on the web and a policy which is available through other distribution is not so much. And a customer still feels comfortable that he has somebody to call up, and somebody to be on his side. That confidence is there. I think that is where the research is happening a lot on the web. The purchase also moved up, but has it moved to a level which is significant? Not yet. Has it moved to a level in which the Western markets operate? Not yet. Will it move there? Yes. Why I still say yes is because of the way I look at my children buy, compared to the way I buy. I still would talk to a lot of my friends like you to figure out what is good. I don't see my children doing that. They just research and they buy. And for them that buy process is very, very natural. They don't even hesitate for a moment. Well, I would think 2-3 times before I press the
OK button.
The OK button. So these customers are getting very, very close now, and I think typically insurance buying starts happening when they cross their 30s.
Yes.
So as the millennials start moving into the buying space of insurance, you would actually see a curve moving more towards buying digitally, at least for the simple policies and products.
True. But on a digital side, what are the changes that you would like to do at your company? Or, if I ask you again a futuristic question, where do you see Bajaj Allianz next 2 years or 2 to 3 years?
See, Bajaj Allianz typically would remain in the space that we have always been comfortable with, providing you innovations on products, on servicing, increasing customer experience to a very large extent, being a company which underwrites well, a company which is one of the best underwriting companies should be there, because I believe that is the fundamental to business. If you can't have good underwriting, then you can never think of business long term. We will be expanding our distribution, our network, our number of customers that we have. We already have close to 68 million customers, so we're doing the stuff together. And more than that, I think the obsession to redefine the industry would remain large. So in the next 2 to 3 years, you'll see these getting more and more prominent as we.
Are you also going to focus on customized products, because that's a new trend that I have been seeing in the industry, or is it too early?
No, customized product is an interesting trend. So what has happened, and it's actually very good that you mentioned this. If you look at most of the products in insurance, let's look at fire. The fire product have been devised 200, 300, 400 years back. If you look at motor, maybe at least 80, 100. Even now you have depreciation of 5%, 10%, 15% for metal parts, 50% of plastic, glass 0. This policy was made I think 70, 80 years back. I don't even remember how many years back. Nothing has changed.
Yes.
So when people talk of customized product, it's a good thing. But in customization, they should not short charge the customer. No, is what one has to be careful about. I always believe that if your claim ratio for a product is not coming close to 60 plus percentage, you are not really delivering value to the customer on a large scale basis. No, if it's a very low claim ratio product, I think something is wrong with the product. It's a very high claim ratio product, then you can't sustain it. No, so I think somewhere that balance has to be maintained. In customization, my worry is this only: do we make products, which actually trigger claims? If a claim happens, how do you pay? So let me give an example of what we did, and I'm very happy with that. We gave a mobile insurance with one of our distributors, which is one of the largest e-commerce players in the country. Now, the good part was in this partnership is that the push from the other side also was that how do you make it very, very convenient. Now, this mobile insurance, I think we insured about 400,000 mobiles in just 2 days' time.
True.
And claim happened, we are paying claims on a remote assessment basis, which means when a claim happened, within I think less than an hour's time, the claims was getting paid. In fact, some got paid in 5 to 7 minutes also. When the NPS score came with the Net Promoter Score, customers' view, it had over 90%. In the insurance world, such high customer experience score has never been. Now, if I look at the claim ratio also, it is close to, pretty close to, I would say on the lower side of 100, but it is from a customer's perspective, value for money also has been good. The experience has been good. The scale, the reach has been. So when you customize products, which would be on these kind of lines, then it is good. Where you make an impact, which is different. When you customize products in which there is not much of a claim, in which let's say you charge a rupee for whatever and look at the overall loss ratio, not even 5% at the end of the year, those are the worry part. I think low cost people don't care, but typically it would go there. So how do you balance the two is what the industry should think about, because then when people see value, only the penetration increases. You don't see value in a product. Let's say the claim ratio is overall 4 to 5%. Then sometimes you just stop buying it. They don't see any value into that particular product. I think that is how customization should happen, is my belief.
I think I have come to an end. Last question, I would like to again take your perspective on the entire digital environment now. Like we discussed how 2007 actually changed the insurance industry, then the bank insurance model actually changed the industry, and now there are a lot of aggregators, there are a lot of fintech companies which are actually doing tie-ups with general insurance companies, life insurance companies, and selling only those particular products. So do you think that with fintechs, with new aggregators, the insurance companies have has got actually new distributors which will perhaps help insurance industry to go to a next level?
Definitely yes. Has it reached there as of now? No. It's still in the very early budding stage, still in the experimental stage, people experimenting. But will it get to a very big new distribution model? My answer is yes, it will. Because they understand customers, they understand the behavior, they understand the reach. Insurance companies understand the product, they understand the nuances of what a customer may require, what can go wrong, how do they see risk. A merger of two will create a very powerful distribution, I believe, Amol, so it will happen.
Great, Mr. Singhal. It was always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for sharing those insights.
My pleasure, Amol.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Mr. Singhal, who gave us a lot of information and what are the Bajaj Allianz plans going ahead. Thank you so much for watching ETBFSI. Stay tuned, stay connected to ETBFSI.